You were there. Hal, you were there. Cody said, "No, that's not my thing."
Yeah, not up my alley. I'm not good with guns.
Yeah, me either. So I guess we were out. You guys were in. What was it like?
Mike
Fisher.
Mike Fisher does an event. For me, I got to show up.
Yeah.
You just got to show up. I'm not a good shot. I think Cole's a better shot than I am. So he's like dialed in. He gets it. But it was a beautiful day. It was awesome. Nice to be outside.
Yeah.
My shoulder's a little sore. Cole, you went out there. How'd you shoot?
I thought I shot pretty good. I think there was, 74, I think, total clay pigeons, 62 out of 74. So left a few out there for sure.
Jeez.
But it was a good event.
That's pretty good.
That was casual. I think I was just 62.
Not a big
74.
deal. Not a big deal.
Gosh, not a very good day. The wind was a little strong, so only 62.
Well, I went out there and I said, I'm going to keep track of all my misses. And then I was like, maybe I should have kept track of all my hits.
Did you have 62 misses?
I was so I'm not sure. I lost track a little bit along the way.
Well, you got a chance to, I'm sure, to catch up with Mike Fisher. How's he doing?
Mike Fisher's doing great. He's it's awesome. It's a great event, right, Cole? I mean, it's a great event with chance for all the sponsors to give to the Preds Foundation. We had a lot of fun. You go out there, like I said, it's not everyone's going to be good, but Chris Mason was out there. I think Mace might have beat me.
Yeah.
I owe him $20, but I wanted to ask you guys. You obviously know of Mike Fisher, but it's kind of cool to be around and see him. Cole, you saw him today, I'm sure, and had a chat with him. He's he's kind of a legend around here in Predators land.
Yeah, for sure. It's awesome. I mean, growing up, you watching him, like me, watching him play hockey and stuff, and being able to come and do one of his events and be able just to talk with him. He's just such a great guy.
Yeah.
That's I think my second time meeting him, and he's just a great guy. The event they put on was awesome, and you can see why he's so respected and famous around here, just for who he is.
Yeah, very, very cool. By the way, Cole has a birthday in 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
How old are you going to be, Cole?
27.
27 in 2 days.
That was right in my wheelhouse. That was like when I was starting to feel
peak.
You start to think you know everything. It's not until like 35 where you realize you don't know anything. So you're in the peak. It's the best.
Well, the schedule worked out well for you. You have to work tomorrow night, and then you get your birthday off.
Yeah, get the birthday off, and then work the next.
Next day. Yeah.
So that's perfect.
So be careful on that birthday.
Hey, these guys are working every day, Darren.
That's a good point.
No
That's
off
a good
days.
point.
No
That's
off
true.
days.
Sometimes they get off days. More than when you played,
That's true.
right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Rest is a weapon, right?
It's very true. Very true.
And Cody's birthday, is this right? Is this a joke? I mean, you've probably heard this your entire life.
Yeah.
And so how tired
when's your
of you?
birthday?
April Fool's.
1st.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
April 1st.
Yeah. So I'm 23 now, so it's pretty much 22 years of hearing how much of a joke I am.
Yes.
So I get it bad for my dad and my brother, but it's to the point where I just kind of laugh now. I used to, when I was younger, I'd cry about it all the time, but now it's to the point where I'm fine. It's whatever. I make jokes about it, so it's good.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be born on April 1st, and the joke was I was late. I was April 6th.
Yeah.
So I messed it. I messed it up.
You lucked out. Now you don't have to hear all the bad
Yeah,
jokes
I
about
know,
April Fool's
I
Day
know.
now.
You're born a fool.
All right, let's start with, and we had fun with this a couple of weeks ago, and I know the longer it goes, the more it's the past. But look, that trip, just in the preseason, start the regular season. What was it like for you guys? The Bern, Switzerland, Prague to start off your season, 2 games against the Sharks. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was cool. It was, once in a lifetime experience. Being able to play NHL hockey overseas is something I'll never forget. But me and Cole were both from small towns. I'm from Winnipeg, and to be able to go over there, kind of see the sights, and just be there with the guys was unbelievable. And just seeing Yost is from there, and all those people, they want to see NHL hockey up there. So for us to get the chance to be there, meet them, skate with kids, and kind of go through all that stuff was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's an experience I'll cherish forever. I've never been over to Europe, so that was my first trip, and it was quite the experience. You go from Bern, which is a little bit slower pace, what we learned, The life's a little bit slower, chill, have your coffee and stuff, and then we go to Prague, which is like almost completely different, where everything's buzzing around, people are moving everywhere. So it was kind of cool to see both those worlds and just be able to play over there. And the fans just brought everything. Like they don't see it that often at that level, and so you could tell that they were all in on it, and it was cool. And how much it meant to Yost and Niederreiter and those guys, it's awesome to just be a part of.
Cody, it was on Behind the Glass, and if you guys haven't seen that, Behind the Glass is really cool.
Yep.
Good looking to what goes on leading into training camp and everything that goes on. But you had a great sit down with, I know that feeling. You get called in to Poyle's office with John Hines there, and you're going, uh-oh,
Yeah.
But it was really captured the moment. Not only that you're going to go to Prague, you're going to make that trip, but the emotion that you had and the way you said, and I love the way you said this, I worked so hard for this, and so I'm so excited. The shock of going into into his office turned into this like amazing, awesome, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Like a great feeling.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I've been called in that office 1 or 2 times before, being told I was going to get sent down. So it's, I thought I was playing good through training camp, playing good through the preseason games. And then I remember Walk said, hey, they want to see you in the office. And I was like, here we go again. This is probably the worst feeling, that walk of kind of disappointment going in there. And then obviously I saw the cameras, and then first thing popped in my head, I was like, I'm getting cut on national television. So that's pretty cool. And then, when they told me I was going to be going to Europe, it was one of those things where I knew the cameras in there, and I tried not being emotional, but it was one of those things, like you said, I trained really hard this summer. I played well in Milwaukee, and I just, it's one of those things where it just all kind of came out, and it was uncontrollable, and it was a good feeling. Obviously, it's nice because my family gets to see kind of behind the scenes. They don't really get to see that. They see, I tell them all the time through text what goes on, but for them to kind of see what we go through emotionally, physically, mentally, all that kind of stuff, it was really nice for them to see.
The guy, I think what's cool is you probably just told us what that feeling was like and probably why you couldn't hold the emotions back. You're probably like walking to his office going, man, I've worked my butt off this off season. I feel like I had a really good camp. Man, I can't believe this is happening again, right? So you're already, you have expectations one way, and then you sit down and everything is a 180, and it's changed to, hey, congratulations, great job, you're going on the trip with us, and that's probably a hard motion to hold back.
Yeah, no, it was a huge relief for sure. The Heinze, the Poyles, they've been really good to me ever since I've been here. So to be able to kind of share the experience with them say the kind words that they did. And no, I had a year-end meeting with them last year, and they really wanted me to have a good summer. So to kind of be rewarded with going to Europe and then being with the team now really meant a lot to me.
Cole, you had to, obviously, you're all waiting, trying to figure out who's going there. Tell us about.
It's very similar. Just wasn't caught on camera like
Didn't
his,
get it. Come on. Where's the cameras?
No, I'm not worried about that at all. But it's just kind of funny. But no, it's through camp. You're grinding, and it's just as much mental as it is physical.
It was a hard camp.
Yeah.
Too.
I mean,
right?
it was very hard physically, but just mentally every day, like not knowing, and especially getting as the days get closer to that trip. And I think it was right after that Tampa Bay game, and we were leaving the next day is when I found out. So you just keep playing. You don't know when that call is going to become, and obviously I called into the room as well, and kind of mixed emotions. Didn't know which way it was going to go, and thankfully it's the way it went. And like he said, it's been a lot of hard work. I think I'm an older guy, and to finally kind of see a little bit of light there it means a lot. I've taken probably a different path than most people, and then something I kind of take pride in. And so when that moment came, it felt really good, and it was kind of a little bit of a weight lifted off the shoulders, that's for sure. But I also knew we still had to go there and play, and like it was still part of training camp.
Yeah.
So it was super exciting, and I think I called my dad right after just to let him know. It was cool.
That was your first call. Who was your first call, Cody?
Me, it was obviously my dad.
Yeah.
Let him know, and then like you said, we found out the Tampa game because we played a back-to-back. So we learned after the first game that we were going to Europe. And then his first response is, are you playing tomorrow too? And then we ended up playing the next day as well. So it was kind of a short but sweet. My dad's very quick with that kind of thing. Like, he's happy for me, but at the same time, it's still training camp.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize, like, we're pieces of meat, right? Players are pieces of meat. You throw them out there and they go play hockey, but there's a lot going on. There's a whole family behind you. Yeah. Like you said, both of your fathers have grown, raised you, and like they're with you in that corner. Like it's got to be nice. Like that was one of my favorite things. Is like I'm still here. Yep. Mom, Dad, they didn't send me down yet. Like I'm still here. Yep. And it's great to share that with your family, right?
Yeah, I think there's more stress on them maybe than there is on us, and because they're watching every game, they can't really do anything to help you. Like it's one of those things where they can say so many things. They can say like, "Don't worry about it, keep your head up," but they know what you're going through. They can't really help you through it. It's something you have to kind of go through on your own. And but they've been great supporting me.
They can't go out and fight for you like
you
went out there and started chucking them.
I get nailed and they want to fight for me. But it's pretty cool. That was in my corner.
That was great. And if anyone hasn't seen that, like the fact that you went out there and you're like, that's my first fight. Like I just went out. I don't know. Did I get a 5-minute major? What happened?
It was the worst fight I could have ever had. Like I didn't even take. I was trying not to get punched in the face first of all, and I kept giving Smitty a hard time because I'm not one to fight. So I kept calling him out, saying I'm tougher than you now. And then he goes and pounds a guy's face in the other day.
Yeah, he's reaching from the bottom drawer on that one.
He outdid me for sure.
Heavy swings.
Oh yeah.
So before we take our first break, and there's some folks who want to meet you guys during the break. So, Cole, Cody told us what he thought when you were making the walk. I mean, you just said you felt like you had a good camp, but I mean, are you thinking, did good, but I'm sure it's not going to. What was going through your mind?
It was mixed. It was kind of both. I mean, we got the Global Series bag put in our locker kind of before, so you kind of have that little bit of a high hope.
Okay, maybe it's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign before the game, but you never know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, things change on a dime, and so I was kind of going in 50-50. I thought I played well, and that kind of stuff. Had the bag in the locker, but wasn't quite sure because you never know in those moments. And so just going in there and waiting for the first words they say, and so right away they said, well, I think we're going to take you on the trip. And what do you think of that? I was like, probably the best news I've had in a long time. So it was awesome.
We will step away. You're listening to Smashville Live. By the way, if you're here at Brewhouse South in Cool Springs, see Gina, Cliff. They've got tickets. They got all kinds of stuff they can give away. But we'll come back here. More Smashville Live next here on 102.5, 106.3, The Game.
At some point, it's a combination of who did you play and what does your skill set look like.
Get the best analysis of the big stories in the sports world with ESPN's Jason Fitz.
If you reach for a quarterback in the draft because you need one, you're going to set your franchise back 5 years.
Join Fitzy every Wednesday at 4:30. Presented by Blood Assurance. Jason Fitz.
I am 5'9.5"
on ESPN
102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
Hey, it's Hutton. Interest rates are rising, but not at Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. Replace your old unit fast before new regulations increase prices up to 20%. Get a new unit today at today's price and receive up to $1,500 off or get 18 months of no payments. So the first payment is not until spring of 2024. At Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, all new systems come with a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Schedule your appointment now at springhillac.com. That's springhillac.com.
Nothing makes one feel better than the ability to give to someone in need. You have the power to give the most important gift of all, the gift of life, with a donation of your blood. Supplies are desperately low in our area, and your help is needed. Blood Assurance is a nonprofit community blood center that supplies our Middle Tennessee area hospitals. Please find it in your heart to donate. Be someone's hero today. Go to bloodassurance.org to find a location or blood drive near you. That's bloodassurance.org. Give blood, give local, save lives with Blood Assurance.
Do Tennesseans know every word to Rocky Top? Well, the construction industry doesn't call our area rock country for no reason. Parman Tractor and Equipment is your tractor and equipment solution and Middle Tennessee's employee-owned Link Belt and Takeuchi dealer. So if you hit rock, need a breaker, and it's time to dig, give them a call. Rent a track loader, an excavator of any size for landscaping, building a pool, construction, utilities, or more. Visit ParmanTractor.com, providing totally outrageous customer service.
Now's the time to make a message known. All working-class Tennesseans vote no on Amendment 1 this voting season. Right to work does not belong in the state constitution. Hardworking families deserve to have their needs addressed in today's economy. Visit TennesseeWorkerAlliance.org, paid for by the Nashville Building Trades.
Harman Energy is now hiring drivers for their Nashville team. Harman Energy is Tennessee's petroleum solution for major industries. Right now, they're offering competitive compensation. Fuel tank wagon drivers start at $26 an hour. Fuel transport drivers, $29 an hour. Plus, there's a $4,000 sign-on bonus for CDL drivers. Top quality benefits and a great place to work, Harman Energy employees provide totally outrageous customer service. Come be an employee owner with the Harman team. Apply now at harmanenergy.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Johnson, PNC Regional President for Tennessee and Chair of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Nashville Light the Night. Please join us October 28th as we bring light to the darkness of cancer. Visit lightthenight.org today to register.
Jonathan Hutton.
You have to put the ball in his hands in that moment.
And Chad Withrow.
My kicker's making no decisions on a football team.
Are in the game. Join them for NFL postgame after every Titans home game. Live from Landshark Bar and Grill in Margaritaville on Broadway. They'll break down that day's game and look ahead to the next one. NFL postgame is presented by Two Rivers Ford, Renter's Warehouse, and Superbook Sports on 102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
This is Smashville Live.
Back here on Smashville Live, Brewhouse South in Cool Springs here on this Wednesday evening. Darren McFarland, Hal Gill, a.k.a. Skillsy, Cody Glass, Cole Smith. I'll tell you what, a lot of fun here. Got our big engineer over here on site, too.
Chase
He's
McAbaby.
waving, yeah. He's got the beard in full effect. Sounds good. I'll tell you what, he's less scrambly 2 weeks later, right? He's got this thing down.
He's got it figured out.
Last week, boy, or 2 weeks ago, he was sweating.
Yeah.
Gina is out there in the crowd. She'll have a mic a little bit later if you want to ask these guys some questions.
Damn, Gina.
We're on radio, Cody, but when you sat down, I said, what's that on your hat? It's a cool hat. Tell everybody out there in Radio Land what you're wearing tonight.
Yeah, this is Joey's brand, Journey Wrist True. He's very generous, gives hats to all the guys. But the one I'm wearing is his dog, Dozer. And he's got a helmet on, I think. I can't really look at it right now. But, yeah, so Joey gives us a bunch of hats. This tends to be one of the coolest, I think. But I think a bunch of the guys have some. I think Yost has kind of a similar hat. But yeah, like I said, he's been very generous with giving us a lot of stuff.
You guys have any pets? No pet?
Not here with me. Back home, we have like 4 dogs.
Really?
I had a dog in college for a couple of years too.
Wow.
Yeah.
You live at home?
Nodak, you get, they do whatever you want. You get.
I was going to say, you can take care of a dog in college?
Well, in North Dakota, right? You're a North Dakota kid, right?
Yeah, I'm from Minnesota.
Minnesota, and then North Dakota. But North Dakota, for those who don't know, that's probably more NHL lifestyle than the NHL. Like, they treat you right. Like, like you probably had a yard for the dog to play and everything, right? They take care of you there.
Yeah, they take care of us. It's incredible there.
It's insane. The rink is unreal.
Yeah, and they just had a renovation, too, for their weight room, and I was there this summer, and it's even more incredible. They keep finding different ways to make it better, and I don't know really how they do it. But, yeah, it was a little bit of work having them the first bit, but there's 7 of us that live in the house. What
kind of dogs?
They're all labs. So we have 2 black labs, 2 yellow labs.
That's awesome.
High energy.
Yeah, they're all family. So, like, we kind of breed just a little bit. I think we've had 5 litters, so they're all family members. Different generations. That's nice.
You got your hands full with that.
Yeah, no doubt. You guys, it's part of the game. It's a physical game, right? And when something like that happens, scary, scary moment. I was talking to Skillsy before we started this. And 16 years in the league, I mean, you're just going to see this stuff, unfortunately. And when it happens, Mark Borowiecki, scary moment behind the glass or behind the net, and goes down motionless. And then the next thing you know, a stretcher's on there. Building goes deathly quiet, rightfully so. And then there's a huge delay. And then you guys, one, what's it like going through that, watching your teammate down on the ice, not moving? And 2, when it's all over, after you've been sitting there during all this traumatic experience. And then you've got to finish a game, and oh, by the way, that was very early in the game.
I think it's tough, especially because people don't really see the side of Boro that we see with how nice, generous. Like, he is one of the most outgoing guys, most caring guys I've met. And to see him go down, to see anyone go down on our team, it's very scary. And I feel like it's just, like you said, it's hockey, and kind of get rubbed the wrong way, get hit the wrong way just a little bit, and you could be hurting. And so it was scary for us. And you could see it. All the guys came on the ice. All the Flyers came on the ice because he is a warrior. And to be able to kind of get through the rest of the game, he would want us to finish that game out strong. But yeah, it's very scary. You don't really know how to react during that time. But we're glad that he's okay and that he gets to spend time with his family now.
Yeah, as a Cole, you've gone in, you've fought, you've battled. Like, when you see a warrior like that go down, it's my question, like, I'm thinking, if I'm in that locker room, like, you guys have got to be in there going, you're, first of all, I'm sure you go in after the period ends, you're like, okay, is he all right? They're like, what's the story? Did you guys get a report right away, or you still didn't know, or did you get a report that he was okay?
Yeah, we had a little report going into that period break between the second and third that he was doing okay. He's talking, he's moving, and that kind of stuff. And that's what's important, right?
Yeah.
That he's moving and he's able to talk and that kind of stuff. But that's probably to the most extent we got. I think we got a text a little bit later after the game how he was doing and that he got released from the hospital and was going home. So, like, not going to bed, like, wondering. It was huge. I mean, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Yeah.
I've got to know him a little bit. And my first time here, he was like the first guy to come up, reach out to me and talk. And he's one of the toughest, if not the toughest guy in the NHL, too. And see him down like that, it's got to be something, right?
Yeah.
So it was good to know he's okay. He's doing a little bit better now. And to see him at the rink again, it's awesome. And he's just such a great guy.
Oh, he has been at the rink then. He's been
doing treatment, yeah, different kind
Good.
of treatment. I mean, he's not doing anything much, but he's coming in there getting
nothing
his
on
work
ice.
done.
Yeah.
It's just great to see him at the rink. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and for people, and I know a lot of fans have met him, he's just genuinely one of the nicest human beings. I don't know how you would ever come to that conclusion when you watch him play a game, but that is truly how he is off the ice. Once the game is over and he steps off the ice, man, he just morphs into this incredible person. And Cole just talked about him reaching out first. I can't tell you how many people have said the first person to reach out to them was Boro. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've heard it once, I've heard it 10, 15, 20 times. It's consistent. He's the first guy that reached out to me. And that leaves that's an impact on you're here and you get and he reaches out. I've had media members say that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, welcome aboard. It's like, you look around as a media person going, what? A player just said that to me? So pretty special, and obviously everybody's very thankful that he's at least up and he's been home with his family and everything's okay, and hopefully he'll go in the right direction from
But
this.
I feel like Boro, he's part of that intensity that you guys have as a team, like that camaraderie that has come together, fight as a team. And it was funny, Colton Sissons was on doing an interview before the game, and he talked about you playing on the line with him and Tanner Jeannot, and he said, well, he's got that herd mindset. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's kind of gone through the team, and that's why you guys are down and out right now, but I feel like you guys are going to come back because of that mindset. Can you tell us a little bit about, when you're in the locker room? I know it's not something you talk about all the time. It's just kind of something that rubs off on you when you have guys like Tanner, like Boro kind of leads the charge. Like, we're going to fight for each other, and I feel like you guys have that mentality. Has it meant a little bit more now that Boro's out of the lineup and he was injured? Do you guys look at him and say, like, hey, let's fight for Boro? Is that something that goes through your mind?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was even said, like, in the third period, like, let's do this one for Boro. This would be a fun one to come back for him. Obviously, it didn't happen, but we went out there. I thought we played a really good period. Obviously, it didn't kind of go our way there. But no, I think even with him out now, I think everybody's got to step out a little bit more intensity because obviously he's the guy that brings it every single night.
Yeah.
And so having a guy like that, maybe injured a little bit, we everybody to a man has to kind of come out and bring a little bit more of that. And so it'll be fun to see. I think we got really good tests here coming up, especially St. Louis. They're a good, fast, hard team, and then we got the Capitals on Saturday. So it'll be fun to watch, and these are a couple big games for us for sure.
Darren, when you guys, you lose that game, and I know you played pretty good game. Like you can't be all down and out because you didn't play well. It was a good game. You ran into a hot goal. You couldn't get the goals. It didn't work your way, but having that, you had a couple days off. You get to regroup. You go back, practice week this week. And what's your mindset going forward?
I think just like you said, I think we just didn't get the bounces going our way. I felt like we executed the plan that we wanted to do against Philly, but we had a couple of work days this week, and that's something that was not a lot of laughs, a lot of working hard. Just
any anger out there? I always say like, if you're losing some games, you get a little angry.
I
maybe
hit
get a little
Smitty
couple
behind
fights.
the net. Yeah, I hit Smitty behind the net once. He didn't say anything to me, so I knew something was going on. But
I get angry
like
in practice.
That's one of the things Bora was really good for. Like you said, intensity-wise, he, once again, greatest person off the ice, but on the ice, this guy didn't care who you were. Like, he was going through you. And for me, that's something I needed really well. He did it in the summer with me as well. He was really hard on me on the ice and just would give me shots here and there. But I felt like we just carried that into the practices that we had this week just because we needed to get back to where we were. We're a tough team to play against, and to carry those things from practice into the games, I feel like that's what these hard practices were meant for.
Has this little break here, first real little break, has it been a nice time for maybe a reset?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think anytime you can get a couple days, especially you don't get 4 days really in the NHL much, especially looking at the schedule this next month. We got 13 games in November. Yeah, so it's good to have this little reset here, and we got to really bear down this month. I think this is a very important month for us, and try to get back on track here early would be huge.
But you guys did the community days. I know, Cody, you were playing with guinea pigs at the zoo.
Yeah, that was for our
photo shoot. Yeah.
Photo shoot.
You
Our
did
counters.
a photo shoot.
I lucked out. So it was me, Smitty, and Sherwood. We all went. And then me and Smitty went together. We got there early. Then Sherwood came last. So we got to pick. I picked the guinea pigs because I felt like it was the safest option. He was with the meerkats, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, the meerkats.
So that was a cool one.
That's a popular one.
And then the last one was a porcupine. And
that's a tough
me
one.
and Smitty were like, there's zero chance I'm getting there with the porcupine. And Sherwood ended up doing it, but the porcupine was pretty nice. It was tired, so it was just chilling the whole time. But yeah, and then Smitty did the pigeon shooting, or I don't know, clay pigeon shooting. I don't know. I'm not a hunter or whatever.
Clay shoot. It's a clay shoot.
And then I did one yesterday. It was Oasis cycling. We sponsored a mountain biking team, and it was pretty cool. They fix up bikes there. They get all these bikes that are donated. They fix them up, then get them back to normal. And I did that. And then Friday I do Children's Hospital, I think.
Nice.
So doing those two. And then, it's good. It's good to get out. It's a lot of fun.
That is part of what the Predators Foundation and the Preds in general, that's a big part of, I noticed the second I got to Nashville, I was like, whoa, we are in the community. There's no red velvet ropes in Toronto, you show up, you wave, and you leave. You're in the community here. Does that mean anything to you guys?
I think it's a lot of fun, especially just with COVID and everything that's happened, and me being new here. Obviously, I didn't really know what to expect, but I just know over COVID, everything was kind of tough. So now that we're back to normal life and kind of being able to be in the public and be within the community, I think it means a lot to us. I mean, it's a hard schedule, so that it's hard to get out and kind of meet people, see people, and to get it like this week where we don't play a lot, it's nice to kind of get out there.
Yeah, I think it's super important. I mean, if you look at the support the community gives us for everything we do, at our games, all these events and stuff that they all show up to, any little bit that we can give back is really important. Because if you look around at the Bridgestone, you got all these fans in there and how much they support us and how much it's kind of a community team. It kind of seems like I've only been here for a few years.
Yeah.
In the organization for a few years, I should say, and to me it is kind of like North Dakota, where it's a community, and so any chance that we get to go out and be just a little bit a part of it and give a little bit back is important, I feel like.
Well, there's some people who want to meet you guys during the break. So we'll do that. Let them meet you, take some pictures. You guys sign some autographs. By the way, Gina is out in the crowd. She's got tickets and stuff to give away. Cliff is also wandering around. In fact, Gina may even be out there with a mic in just a bit. You are listening to Smashville Live. Here we are live at Brewhouse South in Cool Springs, and we'll be back here on 102.5, 106.3, The Game.
Robbie Stanley.
I can't run anymore down the street without being out of breath.
Joe Rexroad.
That whole row of Girl Scout cookies, the Samoas, are gone.
Get your morning started with Robbie and Rexroad every weekday from 6 to 10 on Nashville's best sports talk, 102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
As a roofer, I'm always on the go, so I need to be able to get things done from anywhere. That's why I partner with Beacon. With the new Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. Searching, ordering, tracking. It's like having my Beacon rep in my pocket 24/7. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Go to BECN.com to get started building with Beacon. Beacon, always building.
This segment of ESPN 102.5 The Game is brought to you by Train Heating and Cooling Systems. Tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Hey, Robbie Stanley here, and you can start off NFL Week 8 the right way with a no-sweat same-game parlay from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. It doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account. You'll get free bets back if your Thursday night same-game parlay doesn't hit. NFL same-game parlays are the perfect way to combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payday. Got the Ravens and the Bucks coming up. Bucks have been struggling as of late. Give me the Ravens on the money line. Give me Lamar Jackson as an anytime touchdown scorer as well. But you can build your own and choose from one of the popular same-game parlays pre-built for you in FanDuel's top-rated sportsbook app. However you want to play, you can bet the NFL on Thursday night with a no-sweat same-game parlay. Just sign up with promo code ROB if you don't already have an account. If you do already have FanDuel, you're all set. Just sign in to see what you've got. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. 3+ legs, minimum $1 bet required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. A max free bet of $5. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Got a gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Looking for a big diamond? Genesis Diamonds introduces our Elite Collection, all new for this year. These are large, rare diamonds in the top 1% of the world. 3-carat, 4-carat, 5-carat, up to 10-carat precious diamonds for the most discriminating buyers who appreciate quality. Genesis owners travel worldwide, tapping a vast network of diamond cutters, carefully hand-selecting each of these remarkable diamonds. We invite you to view this premium collection of GIA-certified diamonds, rounds, cushion cuts, emerald cuts, even fancy colored diamonds in size and quality never before seen here. And to showcase these exquisite stones, only Genesis has the finest handcrafted rings from all the world-class designers. If 2020 is the year you're upgrading her original diamond, or you just want to go big for the first time, no need to travel to New York or Los Angeles or Antwerp. Genesis Diamonds' elite collection of large, precious diamonds is here in Nashville. Genesis Diamonds and luxury pre-owned Rolexes, Green Hills and Cool Springs.
When it comes to procuring my adult beverages for the big games, I saddle up and head to Red Spirits and Wine. Red's titanic selection of beer, wine, distilled spirits, and cigars is second to none. And Red's Crackerjack crew always delivers a winning combination of service and value. There's no two ways about it. Red is top of the range. Open 7 days a week at Highway 70 South in Bellevue. And check us out at redspirits.com.
Want a chance to win tickets to an upcoming Preds game?
Yes.
Tune in to Robbie and Rexroad every weekday Preds game day at 8:45 for Preds Pick to Click. Guess a goal scorer and win.
I'll take Roman Yossi.
Matt Duchene. Pick to Click is brought to you by TJ Anderson Homes of Benchmark Realty. Visit tjandersonhomes.com to see why they are referred so often. And by Superbook Sports, voted #1 sportsbook in Vegas. Download their app today.
Preds Pick to Click.
We are 102.5 and 106.3 The Game.
This is Smashville Live.
We're back here on Smashville Live here on this Wednesday evening, having fun out here. Brewhouse South in Cool Springs. Darren McFarland, Hal Gill, Cody Glass, Cole Smith. So let's start with what had to have been a really cool moment, Cody, for you to get your first goal as a member of the Predators against Los Angeles. It was against Los Angeles, right?
Yes.
What was that like for you?
It's a beauty.
Yeah, it was a very good.
It was.
Very good moment. Wish I could have got it last year, but it took me a year to kind of score for this team. But it was good, especially just with training camp, everything that kind of went into it coming back. It was just a really good feeling. A really nice pass by Granny, and then just tried to surprise me with my shot and ended up in the back of the net. So it was a good feeling.
Just kind of surprised him.
Yeah.
Right in stride, beautiful shot. Like that was, and I always tell people, like, you know, there's certain things, like I played in the NHL a long time. I could never do that. I could never just shoot in stride and just pop it in the corner. Like that was beautiful. So I'm excited that the fact that you could even make that play. And I know a lot of people out there are like, yeah, he skated and he shot it. It's not that big a deal. It's like that was a goal scorer's goal. So. Yeah. You should be proud of that. You know,
I will say it's hard to score in the NHL for sure. I mean, it's hard. You get maybe 1 or 2 chances a game, and if you bury one, then it's a really good feeling. So it helps when you're shooting on guys like Juice in practice. He's one of the best goalies in the league, so it helps a lot.
I know you were disappointed when you had to go to Milwaukee last year, but I remember talking to you when you first came here at training camp out at Centennial, and how you were ready to kind of put Vegas in the past and concentrate on this moving forward. And then last year you had to go back and you had success. And so you know kind of what they're looking for. You're constantly talking to them, and then to work hard in the offseason and then have a good training camp. Is it your health, Cody? Also, you got your health, and you dealt with a lot of that stuff in the past. Is it just getting older, the game slowing down? I mean, I don't know. You take it. You tell us what's worked for you so far. Why is it all clicking now?
I wish I could tell you. I feel like it's just one of those things where I put in the work in the summertime. I say it a lot, but I feel like that's really where it came down to. And playing last year, like you said, like my health and everything, I did not play a lot of hockey the past couple of years with my knee surgery and everything. So to be able to go back, play some big minutes in Milwaukee, and kind of just get back to enjoying hockey. I mean, hockey gets kind of serious when it comes to the professional level. So to kind of get back, have fun, be a Smitty in Milwaukee, and we had a really good group down there. But I think just getting back to normal and playing a lot of minutes, kind of get back to my style, have a really good summer of training, skating, and then just coming in here. It's my second year here, so now I knew what to expect. I knew what Heinze wanted. I know what the players want. So I was a lot more prepared than I was last year, and just coming in, just put my head down and work.
I feel like a lot of people look at it as like, okay, you're going to get sent to Milwaukee, you're going to sent to the AHL, you're taking a step back, but in a lot of respects, in both of your cases, you get to grow your game. You can make mistakes. If you make a mistake at the NHL level, it's like the world crumbles around you. And at the AHL level, you can make a mistake and you learn from it and you get better from it. You play the big minutes. You get to go out. Cole, I'll ask you, Milwaukee has always been, David Poyle has been so smart about waiting and being patient and waiting for you to get when you're ready, and you get confidence. And it's hard to play in the NHL without confidence. Yeah. And I think you've seen that. It's like if you're scared, you can't make a play, but you need to make a play. So you go to Milwaukee, you work it out, and tell us, Cole, about your experiences in Milwaukee, because I feel like you guys are both products that I know John Heinze has talked repeatedly about how great you guys are and how much you can mean to the team. You just need to be patient and wait for the right time.
Yeah, for sure. Last year was very important for me. Not only me, but Glasser as well. As you can see, he's got a lot of confidence out there, and you can just tell in his game that he's confident out there. But for me to be able to go last year and play a lot of minutes, play a regular 5-on-5 shift power play, which I didn't really expect that to start, but towards the end started playing more power play, and then kind of hang my hat on the penalty kill. And so when you go down there and you're averaging 20 minutes a night or somewhere around there, you start to gain that confidence. You start to learn how to
play the game
in those tight areas. It's such a hard league, I think, the AHL is. There's no room out there. So you think about it, everybody's trying to make that next jump every night. So it's very hard, and you learn to compete. You learn how to play, and it's cool. I think like even your first times getting called up, it's like we said, it's hard because you don't want to make a mistake, right? And when you're playing to not make a mistake, you're not playing your game. And so I feel like just being able to build your game down there, gain that confidence, because you can't play without confidence, and know when you get that call up that you can play at that level. I think that's, for me, has been more important this year, is just kind of self-knowing that I can play at this level and I can do it. I can play with these guys, and that aspect has helped me quite a bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you got that opportunity last year, those amount of games, when you go through that experience and then you have to go back down, how much can you truly learn from, I don't know, was it 8 games, 7 games, what have you, just getting a taste of it, seeing it for 7, 8 games, and then going down, can you really learn a lot from that experience?
Oh, for sure. I think every game you play, you learn a little bit more. You learn not only more about the game, but about yourself. I think also that hunger too. Every time they send you back down, it's like you're that much closer. And that hunger just keeps building every time they say, hey, no, you're not ready yet, so we're going to send you back down. So to me, that hunger is kind of built every time that's happened, especially this summer. I think in my mind, whenever people would ask me, like, so are you going to be next year or whatever, in my mind, I never said I'd be in Milwaukee this summer. When people would talk to me, I would never go with that aspect. I was like, I'm going to be in Nashville. And I just kind of talked it into existence to start. I just didn't want to put that in my mind that I was going to take no for an answer. And so just being able to just say, like, I'm going to be in Nashville, I'm going to start in Nashville, and we'll see where it goes from there, was pretty important to me, I think.
For both of you guys, the biggest difference between the NHL, AHL? Can you put in one?
I feel like it's hard to kind of explain.
Yeah.
AHL is very close, like no space, no time, hard hitting, and it's a grind. I mean, you're on the bus all the time. But NHL, it's
the jungle. It's a jungle.
Yeah, it's just so it's hard. Like
it's so clean up here. Like
everything.
It's so fast because it's so clean. I feel like bad passes are made and people are catching them right in stride. So I feel like that aspect where everything's so fast, and then like a little mistake is escalated even more because they can turn on a dime like that, and they're going the other direction, and all of a sudden it's in the back of your net. You're like, oh crap.
I always laugh because you guys will appreciate this. I was worst passer. I played 4 games in the AHL. I was the worst passer. No one could catch a pass, and I'm like, these guys stink. And then I realized after that the NHL, they catch passes way better than anyone else.
Anywhere. And
they'll, like you throw it out there to a great player, and they're going to make a catch. Like they're going to put it on their stick, and they're going to go. And I didn't realize I'm not a good passer. Everyone's a great passer in the NHL.
Yeah, and I feel like if you watch Forsberg or Yossi, if you put a puck anywhere behind them, in their feet, in front of them, they're catching it. Like it's like there's no bad pass that they can't receive. So once you just get to this level, everybody's just so good at their craft, and they've worked on it for years. And they were in the AHL too at one point, and they were in the same position as us. And I feel like they just worked on their game constantly to get to the point where they are.
What do you guys think of the makeup of the room?
I think it's great. I feel like everybody's really close. And obviously me and Smitty being new guys in here, we felt very welcome. And like with Boro reached out to us very quickly once we were here. But it's a very close locker room, and that's something you love as a young guy, feeling really comfortable coming in here. And that's all I can really say. I don't know what Smitty has to say about it.
Yeah, I think it's a great dynamic in there. I mean, everybody in there is so nice. I don't have a problem with anybody, and it's, even if I did, I probably wouldn't say it.
You got a good group.
It's such a
you
good
got a
group.
good group of guys.
I generally mean it.
The people that care.
It's so
That's all you want, right?
They care about you.
I feel like some teams kind of they say, oh, we have a great locker room.
But it's cliquey or it's
there's
not
some
so
guys
good.
that want their cookies. They are like, hey, put me on the power play so I can score more. Yeah. I feel like everyone's in, and tell me if I'm wrong, but you guys are in to win. That's why I don't worry about, hey, you lose a couple games, you're going to turn it around because you care about each other. You just want to to win for the right reasons.
Yeah, I think everyone's just so genuine, and it's really good group. I cannot say that enough, and I would not lie about that. It's just one of those things where we all get along very well.
I think we got a question.
I think Gina
Darren?
has wrangled somebody in the crowd, Skillsy. Gina,
Yes.
who do you
Yep.
have?
I have Cheryl from Franklin.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, guys. I don't know anything about hockey, so it's a personal question.
Perfect.
Since you're so far from home and you now represent Nashville, what would you tell somebody that you love about Nashville now that you've moved here?
It's a great question.
I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, so Nashville is 10 times nicer. The weather is 10 times better. There's not 10 feet of snow in the wintertime, so I am just in love with the weather. Obviously, it gets very humid in the summertime, but I'm in love with it. I love golfing. I love pretty much everything about it. The food here is unbelievable.
And there's hills here, Cody.
Yes, not
It's
flat
not
ground.
flat.
You should see the
Winnipeg,
drive from
you can
Winnipeg
see
to
for like
Nashville.
50 miles.
Winnipeg, and you go through North Dakota, South Dakota, and it's the most boring drive of all time. And then you get to Nashville, it's trees everywhere. It's very beautiful. Very
in
beautiful.
Winnipeg, what do they say? You can watch your dog run away for 2 days?
It's not the prettiest of places. I've been lucky enough to not been there in the winter for the past couple of years, so I've lucked out.
Yeah, when you have to build, the skywalks everywhere so you can walk around without going outside, that's how cold it is.
We went there last year in the AHL to Winnipeg, and it was my first time playing at home in forever. And as soon as we land, everybody's just chirping the city, and I'm like the only one from Winnipeg, and I'm just like, come on. Like, there was just a snowstorm, but it's funny getting everybody's reaction. So, but I don't know, Smitty, that you can...
No, I would agree with him with the weather. The weather, especially the winters, is awesome. It's beautiful. Obviously, you got to go with the music too, right? It's everywhere you go, there's live music, and it's amazing. I'm a big fan of it. So,
country fans, or you guys? Winnipeg, you have to be a country.
I don't think he listens to anything other than
You're
country.
just country, yeah.
I'm kind of mixed everywhere. I'm a big fan of country as well, but not as big as Smitty, obviously. But yeah, that's good.
Who's your go-to?
Right now, I'd say Zach Bryan's my favorite by far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, Gina, we'll do this. We'll step away. We'll take our last break. We'll get another question from the crowd. Gina's on a roll now. Well, these are good questions. We'll come back. More Smashville Live here on this Wednesday evening here at Brewhouse South in Cool Springs on 102.5, 106.3. The Game.
You watch The Game.
Shot on the score. Philip Tomasino on the power play.
We talk The Game.
I think the Predators have significantly upgraded with him in the top 6.
We are The Game. Nashville's best sports talk, 102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
From the Fox 17 News Code Red Weather Center.
We'll see partly cloudy skies tonight with overnight lows going to the lower 40s. Tomorrow we warm up, reaching to the upper 60s under mostly sunny skies. We're going to stay dry through Friday, but there is a chance for some showers this weekend. For Fox 17, I'm meteorologist Brett Luna.
This weather report brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Call the Happy Face truck today.
Predators fans, Brewhouse South in Cool Springs and Brewhouse Highway 100 in Bellevue is your home for hockey action all season. They are Predators approved. All games are on, and they're even going to give you the sound. Get awesome game day drink specials. When you think hockey, think Brewhouse South on Galleria Boulevard in Cool Springs or Brewhouse Highway 100 in Bellevue. Go Preds!
Hey, it's Hutton for the Low T Center. Guys, if you've noticed a lack of energy, motivation, and drive, it could be low T. Schedule your complete health assessment at Low T Center. They now offer the convenience of monitored self-injected home testosterone treatments for $155 a month cash pay or covered by most health insurance. If you don't live near a Low T Center or you just need the convenience of at-home treatment, Low T Center makes it easy to get started. Only your first 2 visits are in person. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey, it's Hutton. Interest rates are rising, but not at Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. Replace your old unit fast before new regulations increase prices up to 20%. Get a new unit today at today's price and receive up to $1,500 off, or get 18 months of no payments, so the first payment is not until spring of 2024. At Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, all new systems come with a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Schedule your appointment now at springhillac.com. That's springhillac.com.
You've got advanced prostate cancer, but you're not waiting around. You want straight talk, the facts about Orgovix.
Orgovix Relagolix 120 milligram prescription tablets is a treatment for adults with advanced prostate cancer. Fact: Orgovix is a different kind of androgen deprivation therapy treatment, a pill, not an injection. Orgovix may cause serious side effects, including a heart condition called QT prolongation. Tell your doctor right away if you feel dizzy, faint, have a racing or pounding heart, or chest pain. Orgovix can cause harm to an unborn baby or miscarriage. Use birth control during treatment and for 2 weeks after Orgovix treatment. The most common side effects include hot flushes, increased blood sugar and blood fat levels, muscle and joint pain, decreased blood hemoglobin levels, increased liver enzymes, tiredness, constipation, and diarrhea. Other side effects include weight gain, decreased sex drive, and erectile function problems. Orgovix may cause infertility. Talk to your doctor if infertility is a concern for you.
Go with Orgovix. Ask your doctor. For more facts, visit gowiththefacts.com.
From Brentwood to Donaldson.
From a fantasy perspective, he is absolute gold.
We are Nashville's best sports talk.
ESPN
102.5 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
This is Smashville Live.
Here at Brewhouse South in Cool Springs, back here on Smashville Live. Darren McFarland, Hal Gill, Cody Glass, Cole Smith. Our very special guest this evening. We've had a lot of fun here and fun with the fans in attendance, including Gina out there with the microphone.
Gina feels left out.
She's got another question.
A little bit, not going to lie.
Gina, take it away.
Now's your time.
Thank you. Time to shine. This is Ella from Columbia.
Hi, my younger brother just left for hockey practice. He had to leave early, but I know he wanted to ask, what's the best advice you can give to young hockey players?
Ooh,
that's a good
another
question.
good one.
It's very good. Personally, I think I would say just don't stop believing in yourself. I think the path that I've taken, that's a big thing in my life. Obviously went a different route, took a longer time, and that's one thing that's always been steadfast for me is just my belief in myself. And doesn't matter what other people are saying, you're going to have doubters and stuff like that in your life. But as long as you believe in what you're doing and believe in yourself, there's always going to be an opportunity.
Yeah, and I think mine is probably just enjoy the moment. I know I miss those days of when I was younger, playing in hockey tournaments, playing mini sticks in the hallways, doing all this kind of all this fun stuff. And now it seems just like a century away, and I kind of miss those days because hockey does get serious very quickly, but you still enjoy the little moments, getting together with teammates, all that kind of stuff. And it's just one of those things where you just got to enjoy it every time you can.
You guys don't play mini sticks on the road?
No, not anymore.
Just going to ask him if he wants.
I can if I want. I don't know. I'll bring.
How old is
bring
your brother? He's 11, turning 12.
All right.
Is there nothing? Hey, I'm going to say this. There's nothing better than being. My son is 11, and he's playing hockey. He's going out to Vegas for a hockey tournament. Like he's traveling. Is there anything better than showing up to a hotel and being like, oh, we're going to go play mini sticks and we're going to play in a tournament? Is that the best you can ever get? I know you're having fun, you're living your dream in your NHL, but you look back on that, that's the best.
I loved it, and I think the parents loved it more, especially just with the tailgating before games.
Oh, yeah.
I would never see my dad ever after the game in the lobby. It would always be out back, all the parents drinking beer, so it was always funny. But it was probably, those are the times that I'll never forget, just because you're a kid, you get to miss school to go play hockey somewhere.
That's awesome.
And it was, I love that stuff.
I don't know how we were able to play 2-3 games in a day, though.
Oh,
that's one thing I don't know how we did as a younger kid.
Thinking about it now, my body just breaks down now.
Well, it's a little more intense.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
You're going from morning game, and then you go and you play at like 3 o'clock or something. You have like fettuccine Alfredo. Feel perfectly fine. Fettuccine Alfredo and a chocolate milk, and you're good to go for the next day.
McDonald's before one of the games.
And you feel great. Now I have a strict diet, and it sucks. So.
Best game you can remember, youth sports. This is before you became a professional. Your memorable game is what? Gotta have something, right?
You have
you gotta have a silver stick moment.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite moments, I don't know if it would be youth sports, but high school hockey. Obviously, it's big in Minnesota.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, so I think it was my junior year, I think. No, my senior year, for sure, my senior year. We had our big rival against Roseau, and it was a huge game for us. And we were the home team to go to the section finals, which is pretty big. And we always have a pretty hard, tough section. And our rink it's not that big, but it was full. And the standing room was 3-4 rows back. So this place was packed, and was able to score 2 goals in that game, and we won by 1. And that rink just went crazy, and it was one of the cooler experiences I think I've ever had.
For those that don't know, Minnesota hockey, like high school hockey, is king, right? I mean, that Minnesota tournament, we've been up there and been around. NHL is whatever, the Wild are playing, but it is the Minnesota tournament. That's the big tournament, right?
Yeah, it's massive. Unfortunately, I was in 2 section finals, never made it to the XL Energy Center, which is kind of heartbreaking, but I've been down there and watched plenty of the games, and it's a scene. I really don't know how we sell at the XL Energy Center every year for it, but high school hockey is king down there, or up there, I guess, and it's awesome.
Probably comparable to high school football in Texas, kind of the same.
Yeah,
very
similar.
Yeah.
Guys, really good stuff. Let's give it up. Cody Glass, Cole Smith in the house tonight. Go get them against St. Louis tomorrow night and Washington on Saturday before you guys hit the road.
Back on the good foot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks for having
Cheers,
us, guys.
guys.
I'm Darren McFarland. This is Hal Gill, Chase McCabe. Great job. Gina, Cliff, good work. Thanks for coming out. Be November 16th. Be out in Bellevue. That'll be the next Players Show. Have a great evening.
ElectronicExpress.com